We are live. Welcome to the Podpoets Lounge. I am your host, Naquel, and you're in the place where we have fun celebrating our poets. Tonight is going to be no different. Get ready to stimulate your mind and relax it at the same time. I want to welcome our guests because they're already here patiently waiting for us. Tonight, our dope poets at play are Kimberly and Cherrelle. Kimberly Anderson, also known as KMA, is a teacher, mother, mentor, motivational speaker, and poet from a small town in KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa. She found her voice through poetry and started the Turning Pain into Power movement, and is the co-founder of I Am Poetry Africa, a foundation that helps upcoming poets master their craft. Her poems speak of what it is like being a colored or mixed race woman in South Africa, as well as other topics that take you on a journey of consciousness and thought. Cherrelle is a poet, mother, and chef from the UK who has written poetry for as long as she can remember. And after a transformative and turbulent past couple of years, she decided to start sharing and performing some of her poetry. She is having the best time with it, meeting and interacting with other artists and poets. It is a world away from her pastry chef day job and creates exactly the balance she needs. She focuses on her writing, which includes her personal experiences, spirituality, love, and motherhood. Let's welcome them to the Podpoets Lounge. Such an honor and delight. Ladies, how are you?
I'm good. Yeah. I'm good. Thank you.
So happy to have you ladies here. Thank you so much for accepting the invitation. It's a pleasure. It really is. I'm really looking forward to this. So how you guys feeling straight off? You feeling all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm a little bit tired. It's kind of getting past my bedtime now. So, yeah. But I'll be all right. Cup of tea. I'll be fine.
I'm kind of there with you myself. I'm a little bit tired here, but I am up and ready to go. Once again, thank you both for accepting this invitation. You really don't know me from anywhere, so I appreciate that. I love bringing poets together, so that's kind of what we're here to do tonight. Now, you two, you do not know each other outside of this platform. Do you know each other outside of here? Or is it first time?
No, not at all. But yeah, after that introduction, I feel like I should know you.
Well, great. Awesome. I love when it's a natural, organic vibe that we really just kind of build. So looking forward to that. The mission is really quite simple. I want us to relax, kick back, and just chill. How does that sound to you?
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. I was like sending them a applause.
All right, we got 2 thumbs up, so they are ready to go. Let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to start our Poet Trivia game. So I'll explain the game real briefly. This is poetry and spoken word themed trivia games that challenge players in 5 areas of listening, puzzles, knowledge, speaking, and writing. I invite you to play along. Our poets will play 2 rounds of Poet Trivia tonight and win by earning the most points at the end of the second round. The first place prize is a feature in the Spilled Ink Showcase inside of the Ink magazine. Shout out to the Creator Gods Ink. A new issue is actually dropping. If you haven't already picked it up, you can check them out at the Ink magazine on Instagram. So, all right, ladies, if we are ready, I think we can get going. So our first group of categories for tonight is going to be a puzzle. That's going to be the game Unscramble Me. So this is a series of anagrams that our players are going to try to unscramble. First one to the punch will win. So quite simple, straightforward. You ladies need a test question, or you think you got it? I'm going to give you a category so you know where the word comes from, and then I'll give you the scrambled letters, and you just gotta try to race to unscramble it.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah, I think a test one will be good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
A test? Okay. All right, here we go. Now, sometimes these words could be two-part words or sometimes single. So here is your first example. So the category is approval. I think this was one from the last episode. Approval is the category, and the letters are mixed up. The letters are PPNLACGI. Thoughts on what this could be? So let's say I give you 10 seconds. Don't let it scare you, but
9,
there
8,
is
7, 6, 5,
it is a little
4,
scary.
3,
No
2,
idea.
1.
Okay, so this one is, any guesses?
No.
Clapping.
Clapping.
This one was clapping. Okay. So if you need hints, I'll see what I can do to help you with those hints, okay? And we can get through a few of these. So I have some lined up. Here we go. We'll start with the first anagram here. All right. So it is a task that you would perform in a salon. And I'm going to give you 10 seconds. Okay. Here it is. I posted it in the chat. It is a task you would, and it's a two-part word. You would perform it in a salon. The first part of the word, scrambled, it's TINPAGIN. The second part is FGRNIELAISN. 10 seconds. Now, the folks in the chat might be able to help you if they're playing along. I'm going to give you 10 seconds. Here you go, lady.
10, 9,
Oh my
8,
gosh.
7, 6, 5, 4,
Someone's feeling very
3,
confident.
2.
You might have help out here.
Dr. Jetsy. Give us a hint.
Let's see if he'll give him a moment. Nope, he's not chiming in. Okay, so I'll give you a hint. Okay, so it has to do with your fingers. All right. Anyone can get it in another 10 seconds?
9, 8, 7,
Do it in a salon.
6,
Two-part
5,
word.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, ladies. Oh, all right.
I
So
just went so
I have
blank.
no idea.
we're going to pass on this one. This one was painting fingernails.
Oh, stop it.
Because I'm thinking Manny and Pity, but I'm like, snap, none of that is there.
Yeah, I just can't take the pressure of the clock, honestly.
You can handle the pressure. You can do. All right.
Good one.
You guys ready for the next one?
Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
Here we are. Category is going to be head. Okay. On top of the physical head. Here we go. What do you think this is? Countdown.
10, 9, 8,
TAH.
7,
Oh,
6,
we got hat.
5, 4,
Correct.
3, 2.
It was
Now, I think I heard Kimberly say it first.
okay.
Did she? Yes, Kimberly?
I think so.
I think so too. All right, so we're on the board. Nicely done. Okay, that was quick, so we're getting the hang of it. All right, let's move right on to the next one. This is a two-part word, and going to be, again, it has to do with the head, but more so the brain and what can happen to it if you
Oh, Lord.
drink something too fast. Here we go.
10,
It's a two-part word.
9, 8,
Yes,
Yes.
that is correct.
5.
Who got that?
That was Cherrelle.
That was Cherrelle. Nicely done. Okay.
I'm getting the hang of this now.
That's what I want to hear. Here we go. Next one is category has to do with being gone. Here you go. Unscramble this.
9,
The letters are R-E-S-A-R-E.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I know it.
Any guesses? Any final guess? Yes. This one is brain freeze. Do you guys get brain freezes? Do you know? You ever got that?
Yeah.
Oh no, that was the
the last one.
that was the last. I'm so sorry. I'm having a brain freeze right now. Okay. I'm sorry. This one was eraser. Eraser.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
The teachers know about that. Here we go. Next category. This is off the ground. Off the ground. Your scrambled letters are G, N, W, I.
10, 9, 8,
Wing.
7,
Yes,
6,
we have wings.
5, 4.
Who was that? Cherrelle?
Cherrelle.
Yeah.
All right. Well done. Well done. Okay. Moving right along. I think we can probably.
As long as it's 4 letters or below, I can get it.
I'm questioning my life choices right now.
Yeah, me too. It's all right.
It's all my fault. I take the blame. All right. I've got a couple more for you, ladies. Here we go. The next one. The category is has lots of rhyming words. There are a lot of words that rhyme with this particular word. And here it is.
Clock.
Clock.
Yes, that is correct. Was that Cherrelle again as well?
It was, yeah.
All right. Trust me, by the end of this, I'll know the voices differently. I won't keep asking like this. I'm going to get it. All right. That was very, very well done. Yes. All right. So let us end that game. Okay. And switch it up a little bit. So we'll tally the scores. Still a close game. We've got 1 point here for KMA, and we've got 3 points for Cherrelle. Okay, so we're moving right along. The folks in the chat enjoying the vibe. Let's switch it up. I've got another game for you. All right, this one is Tongue Tangle Battle. Tongue Tangle Battle, the infamous game that has two dope poets, practicing or trying to say these tongue twisters and trying to get tangled the least. I'm happy to say that we have a nice audience today to help us judge this battle. You ladies understand sort of how to play?
Yeah, I think I get it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Fantastic then. So we'll start this off with KMA. I've got... yeah, I'm picking on you. Oh, yeah. Something spoke to me and said, you. All right. So here is your tongue twister. It's just 5 times each. I'm going to be counting the number of times that you do it. I'll say, okay, that's it. You can stop once we've got the 5 times. And I'm listening for clarity, speed, and just how well you say each one of them. So your first tongue twisters here is cooks cook cupcakes quickly.
Wow.
And I'm going to give you some time to take a look at it. I'll give you 10 seconds as well. Maybe
10,
say it to yourself in your mind a little bit.
8, 7, 6,
It might help.
5,
Maybe
4,
not.
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay. Do I have a set time?
No. Well, no, you can take as long as you need to say it, but the longer you take, the less it helps you.
Okay. Oh, Jesus, help me.
She's getting extra seconds here, but I'm not going to say anything.
Cooks cook cupcakes quickly. Cooks cook cupcakes quickly. Cooks cook cupcakes quickly. Cooks cook Cooks cook cupcakes quickly. Cooks cook cupcakes quickly. Cooks cook cupcakes quickly.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well done. Yeah. All right. Good way to start it off. Okay, Cherrelle, you should be scared. You should be very scared. That was...
I'm scared each other. My palms are sweating and everything.
All right. So you have your chance as well. 10 seconds to take a look and just recite it to yourself and get ready. Here you go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I can't even see what it is.
cook cupcakes
Oh,
quickly.
it's the same thing. Okay, I'm
It's
sorry.
the same thing. No, it's I'm
No,
fine.
right, okay. Cooks cook cupcakes quickly. 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 Do I need to continue?
No, that's it. That's it.
Okay.
Yes, that's it. Well done, ladies. Okay, I think you both did really well on that one. Actually, it was close, but Cherrelle had a bit of speed and some confidence. She tripped up slightly, but it was close. But I'm going to give that one to Cherrelle. So you got that well done.
Oh,
Nice.
thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, and we'll have you actually start the next one. So this will give KMA some time to take a good look, practice to herself. This one is going to be scissors, sizzle, thistles, sizzle. Scissors, sizzle, thistles, sizzle. Scissors. Okay, I'm not gonna try. I'm gonna spare you. I'll just start the timer here.
That got really hard really quick. That wasn't nearly as hard as that. Okay. Right, let's go.
All right. So when
Do
the
I get
player,
the 10 seconds or am I just going?
Definitely do. Yep, you sure will get it here.
10,
So
Okay.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Scissors, sizzle, thistle, sizzle. Scissors, sizzle, thistle, sizzle. Scissors, sizzle, thistle, sizzle. Scissors, sizzle, thistle, sizzle. Scissors, sizzle, thistle, scissors, sizzle.
Okay. That's it. All right. Good job. Good job. Okay. And another 10 seconds here on the board for KMA.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Scissors, sizzle, thistle, sizzle. Ew. Scissors, sizzle, thistle, sizzle, scissors, sizzle, thistle, scissors. Where did the scissors come from?
Excuse me. Oh my.
That's it.
I think I
See,
just hit
this is
up.
this is why I can't even play games at home because I just end up laughing at myself.
But this is good fun. This is good fun. I think that was a good, solid effort. So you found a couple extra scissors there that might not have been there, which is okay. So we'll give this one to Cherrelle. All right, did well. I think.
Yes.
Yeah, not her best work so far on that, but you definitely did well. Okay, we'll do a few more of these before we start getting into a little bit of conversation and let our listeners get to know you guys a little bit more. So here we are. All right, KMA, you're gonna start this one off for us. It is which is which? Which is which? Which is which? Okay, 10 seconds. Here we go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Which is which? Which is which? Which is which? Which is which? Which I could feel like I could say this one forever.
One more.
Which is which? Yes.
All right, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna put 10 seconds on the clock as well for you, Cherrelle.
10, 9, 8, 7,
That was nice, KMA.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Which is which? 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 Do I need to continue?
Two more, yes.
Which is which? Which is which?
All right, yes, well done. Okay, so again, we do have a winner here, Cherrelle. Nicely done. Very strong in this category.
Yes.
Well
she
done.
I mean, I might change my day job after this. Like,
I'm thinking you might
talent.
have some things to consider here.
Yeah, I'm starting to really question. I thought I knew she sells seashells on the seashore so well, and now I'm starting to question all of that training.
Yeah.
Well, you did. You shouldn't question it because that was well done. I might bring that one back. We had that one on a previous episode, but that was well done.
Yeah, that was good.
Thank you.
Actually.
Yes, you're welcome. In fact, let's bring that back. This will be all. We'll finish off the round with this final tongue twister, but we're gonna have Cherrelle go first, and KMA will follow. So, and this is definitely a classic one. I would always get all tangled up. She shall see sells. Okay, I am stopping right now.
Destined for failure from the beginning.
You know,
10,
10 seconds on the clock
9,
for you, Cherrelle.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
She sells seashells on the seashore. 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 Do I need to continue?
I think that's it. I think that's 5.
Okay.
All right. And 10 seconds on the clock
10,
for KMA.
9, 8,
Who I knows about the smash?
7,
I know you are going to
6,
smash.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
She sells seashells on the seashore. 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 Must I continue?
I think that's 5. But yeah, man, that was nice.
All my
Okay,
years of
KMA.
practice, my mother would be
Oh.
proud.
For real. Shout out to all the proud moms out there who birthed beautiful poets so they could eventually vibe like this. All right, that was really, really nicely done. Great job there, KMA, to seal that final one. So that brings you to, okay, so 2 points to close out that round. And we are at 6 points I've got here for Cherrelle. Okay. So a little bit of distance, but as we go into the next segment here to have a little conversation, there will be more time later on to play some more sport trivia. But at this point, ladies, what did you think? How was that? Not too bad, yeah? I think you're breaking up a little bit.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Is that any better?
Yeah,
Yes.
much better.
Mm.
Yes. I want to hear what you said. What did you think?
Oh, I said, yeah, it was really good. I'm looking forward to the next rounds.
I came with no high hopes. I suck at playing games. I sucked at playing games. And I'm not even competitive. I would probably just give everybody like, yay, you won.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm really competitive, but I'm still rubbish at it. But I'm really competitive. I can't help it.
I'm not. Like school was terrible because when people would run races and I'm coming in dead last, I'd be like, yay! But they're like, that's not your team. And I'm like, no, but somebody won at least.
Yeah, there's a bright side there for sure. So Cherrelle, as we talk about competitive nature or even games, what are some of the things that you do for fun, or do you play games at home?
Yeah, I've got 3 kids, so yeah, we play
Yes, that'll do it.
board games. My middle child is like really, really talented at card games, and she, to be honest, all the games she always seems to win. She just has a knack for them. So yeah, we play them, but I never win. So
You gotta get some pointers from her.
yeah. I mean, I would have her here with me right now, but it's really
Yes, that would have been a great idea. So how about you, KMA, when it comes to sort of just taking a break to find fun and have a little bit of that? How do you go about it?
I have fun in my household all the time.
Okay.
It's
Can I
a very
come?
noisy. Yep, feel free. It's a very noisy household. Because
Okay.
I have two girls, so we
Oh,
get
beautiful.
involved with a lot of things. We get a lot of, and like if I'm writing, they'll get creative and do something with regards to art. We
Okay.
make noise with karaoke 24/7. I feel sorry for my neighbors. Maybe one day I'll apologize.
They're good.
um, yeah, so I
Okay.
try and keep them as any free time that I have with them. I
Hmm.
try and keep them and that interaction between us
Hmm.
very much alive, because we know
Nice.
what it was like, having parents that had to work 24/7 and didn't have that
Mm.
time. So I make sure that they know, this is what mommy likes, this is what mommy doesn't really like. And it
Hmm.
doesn't mean because I don't like jogging that they don't have to like jogging.
Hmm.
So we do a lot of things together: swimming, playing cards.
That's lovely.
um, I
So
prefer
important.
playing cards than a board game because they always
Okay.
whoop me at Monopoly.
Oh, my son, he's savvy at Monopoly. It's not my favorite go-to game, but when I get him on Smash Brothers, it's a little bit of a different story on the Nintendo Switch. Um, you mentioned your daughters, ladies. How? We'll start with you, KMA. How old are your daughters?
My eldest daughter is gonna be 9 in the next few weeks, and then my youngest
Mm,
is gonna be 7.
okay, wonderful. And how about you, Shiro?
My eldest is 15, and then I have my middle one just turned 12 like last week, and my youngest is about to turn 4 on next Sunday, so a week from today. Yeah.
Oh, you're
Okay.
almost done.
Like I'm done. Yeah.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah, my daughter's 4, my son is 7. So I'm not nowhere near done. I think, right. I could use some
Nope.
advice still. I'm at that stage. Yeah. Um,
At least you've got one of each.
sorry.
At least you've got one of each, a boy and a girl. That's nice.
Yeah, it
Yeah, I've
is
got
lovely. It really is.
3 daughters, like 2 of which coming into their teens is yeah. I think I
It's a
might
different
move out
experience.
and live into it for a little while.
I can see who I'm gonna get some tips from in the next few years.
Yeah,
Real.
anytime.
I'm gonna keep the poetic parental link on speed dial. So I want you ladies to walk me through your journey of becoming a poet. How did that happen for you, Shiro?
Um, yeah, poetry is something I've always done from being really young. So my dad, um, was a musician. Like he
Wow,
still is. He's like an incredible keyboard player, and so I
nice.
think growing up, I always kind of seen him being creative and writing
Hmm.
and stuff, and it kind of was just natural for me to do that. I didn't realize it wasn't something that everybody did, almost.
Hmm. Yeah.
And so probably from around like maybe even as young as like 10, 12, I've always
Okay.
written. And
Nice.
I think as I've gotten older, I've used it more as like a tool for like managing mental
Hmm.
health and like a creative outlet and stuff. And,
Catharsis. Yeah.
yeah, I think more recently, just kind of, I'm just at a point where I'm ready to change careers. I did everything I wanted to do with my
Hmm.
chefing and stuff, and
Hmm.
I kind of um, just, yeah, I think I've always kind of felt like I was a writer at heart, but I never really had the confidence to do it or to like put myself out there and perform my poetry and stuff. And I think the
Okay.
past year, COVID kind of hit everybody and give everybody
Sure.
a bit of time to kind of think a little bit and
Yeah.
spend time in their own heads. And I think I kind of came out of that feeling like, yeah, I need to change my life. And that's
Hmm.
what I'm kind of trying to do, I suppose. Yeah. And
Okay.
yeah, this is just kind of, it just kind of helps me
Hmm.
figure stuff out a little bit and get a bit of clarity and stuff.
Absolutely. How about you, KMA? What was your journey like in becoming a poet?
Well, it was a journey that consisted of a lot of depression, a lot of
Mm.
anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
uh, a lot of shifting,
Mm.
because I wrote a little bit back in high school, and then I didn't really take it seriously, and then I moved out to Johannesburg, and
Okay.
shifting away and moving from family and everything that I'd known, because I've only lived within the province of KwaZulu Natal.
Mm-hmm.
Like moved to Durban, Richards Bay, Shawi, different excuse me, areas within the province, but never out of the province. So
Mm-hmm.
it took a lot of a lot of anxiety and depression in order for me to find my pen again,
Okay. Wow.
and get to posting some stuff
Mm-hmm.
on Facebook. And a friend of mine was like, "Oh, so you're still doing that poetry thing?" It's funny enough because I actually wrote a piece on someone saying that poetry thing now, because I take so much offense to it. But
Mm.
poetry helped me. It helped me find my voice, which is why I think I hold on
Okay.
to it so much now, more than anything else. It's never been an easy journey,
Okay.
especially with the things that we write about as poets. And
Right.
coming from a very conservative neighborhood and town, when you write about depression and those dark
Mm-hmm.
things,
Mm.
sometimes you get shunned, and people are like,
Mm-hmm.
"Ooh, so Kim is like this." So this is what's happening. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember somebody even telling me to remove some of the
Wow.
stuff that I was posting. And
Mm.
I I did, and then I went back and I was like, no, I'm not doing that, and I went and put it right back
Yeah.
up. um
Wow.
and yeah, so that was when I became, and a good friend of mine always says, be fearless in everything that
Mm.
you do. And that was when I was like, no, I'm gonna stand true to what I'm
Mm-hmm.
writing, because this is
Mm-hmm.
about me, this is my life, this is my journey. um
Right.
and yeah,
Mm.
poetry was really a healing mechanism, going back and reading those pieces. And I'm
Yes.
like, I don't want to feel like this ever again, ever,
Right.
ever, ever again.
Yeah.
Indeed. So I'm hearing that evolution. I think for sure in both of your stories of how you became poets, to get to kind of where you are at now. I touched on a little bit about what the subject matter of both of your works. I'll ask you, Cherrelle, what does performing feel like for you, and what makes you write?
I would probably like say performing. Okay, so I only performed for the first time last year in September, and my entire life I've kind
Mm-hmm.
of had this kind of stage fright thing where I've just
Mm.
like I've never even done karaoke or anything. I've always just been like so petrified of like standing and doing that.
Can I ask
And
where that? Do you know where that came from, or did
um,
something happen? That,
I don't know. I think I just never really had the confidence. I was never like, I don't know. I suppose
okay.
it could just come from just a flippant comment someone had made when I was a kid, like something as
Sure.
small as
Yes.
that. But
Yeah.
like, it obviously stuck with me and lived inside of me for a long time. So
Indeed.
um, last year, September, I
Mm-hmm.
had kind of said to myself at the beginning of the year, so I don't really do like New Year's resolutions, but I
Okay.
kind of set myself a goal of something new that I'm going to do or step out my
Nice.
comfort zone in some way. And so last year I was like, I'm going to perform a poetry, even if it's just once. I'm going to do it. I'm going to like on a stage. So I
Mm-hmm.
managed to get on an open mic night in September, and I did that, and I just kind of loved it. And the minute I got off stage, I was like, I want to do this again and again and again. I think I just kind of fell in love with it a little bit on that first performance, and so since
Okay.
then, I kind of made an effort to do it as often as possible.
Lovely. What
But
makes you write nowadays? Would you say?
what makes me write? Honestly, I don't. It's not something I really have control over. Like I'll just it
Okay.
will niggle at me all day, and I'll have to get it out at some point, or it'll just come to me. And if I don't get it out, I'll lose it. And if it's good quality, I don't want to lose it. So
Yeah.
I usually just tap it into my phone.
Okay.
I don't really I'm not one of these people that like sets time aside to write or
Mm.
anything. I just kind of
Okay.
whatever flows through me happens, and it's quite organic like that. I
Okay, I
try to
can dig it.
put any pressure on it
Okay.
at least.
And for you, KMA, both questions. What does performing feel like for you, and what makes you write?
The first time performing was terrifying. It was terrifying. There's no there's no way I'm gonna lie about that. The first time was terrifying. It was in this little coffee shop in Malville. It's a hotspot for a lot of poetry events that happen here in Johannesburg.
Was it
Beautiful
this
spot.
terrifying? Do you hear this? Is that a little creepy?
That was yep.
Kind of like, okay,
Yep.
just checking. Okay.
But that's how I felt on the inside.
I can relate. Trust me.
The room was packed. There was a whole lot of people in there. Some I knew, some I didn't know, and some I just
Okay.
knew because I met them through Facebook, and they were like, "I've seen your pieces, come through," and that's how I
Okay.
got there. And they made it so awkward because they're like, "Yay, Kimberly!" And I'm like, "Oh God, oh
Wait,
Lord."
this is special. So this is your first time, and you have a room of supporters like that?
Yep.
Wow,
And
that
I'm
doesn't
not the
happen to a
type
lot
of
of people.
person. Yeah, I'm not the type of person that likes attention to be drawn onto me. So my face was red.
Okay.
Because when I moved out here, I got extra fair because I don't see the sun much.
Okay.
So I was turning all shades of red and orange and pink and every color of the rainbow. But it was an awesome experience because the interaction from the crowd was awesome. It was nothing that I'd ever experienced before because
Okay.
we've watched, sessions before, and it's always like, okay, the poets there, they say what they got to say, the crowd claps, snaps, whatever the case is, and then they move on. But it was so different because the crowd was interacting, with one of the pieces. I think my ending line was, do I love him enough, something of that sort. And one of the guys was like, why, Kimberly, why? So it was really awesome for the first interaction, and then after that was that's when I always say KMA was birthed, because she says all these things I can't say. She's fearless more than I could ever be. And she has this persona about herself where even if she's scared, she's not going to show that she's scared on stage. She just leaves everything out there.
Wow, that's definitely a good quality to have. As you mentioned it earlier, that fearlessness. And then, what would you say makes you write? What gets your pen moving?
Everything that moves me. I can't write about something that doesn't move me internally. If it doesn't either evoke a feeling of sadness, anger, happiness, care, any feeling, I feed off emotion.
Okay.
I feed off those things, especially with recently it's a lot of history. So I've been writing a lot about South African history as well as African history on a whole. So that's been driving my pen and writing about my experiences of being mixed race in South Africa.
Okay. We're going to touch on that a little bit later on. We have a question in the chat. The guest is saying, and this is actually Gemini, a good friend to the podcast. Do either of you have any fears of one day writing for others before writing for self? And she actually, we can start with you, KMA. What are your thoughts on that question?
It's funny because I actually did a little venting piece to myself, saying, remind me. It's on IG, where I say, if ever I become puffed up with like ego and pride, or my pen gets suffocated by my pride, remind me of where I came from, remind me of how I was that little girl in the corner that so caught up with her emotions and all that stuff. For me, I think because of the strong people I have around me, and I continue to surround myself with those people,
Mm-hmm.
um, I don't think I'd ever be able to. I've already
Yeah.
had to say no to certain people
Okay.
at this point, and I'm not willing to sell my pen short for anyone
Mm,
again, or
I
any
like
other
that.
form.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because it's my words, and my words
Mm-hmm.
have value, and my words mean something. Even if they don't mean anything to anyone else, they mean something to me. So yeah.
Well said. Cherrelle, how would you respond to that same question?
Yeah, I'd probably just echo all of what Kim said, really. I
Okay.
think the place where I write from wouldn't allow me to consider
Mm-hmm.
anybody else before writing for myself, because it's only really for me. I do share it online and stuff, but honestly, it's 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 not really for other people. If other people can gain something from it, then that's great. But the process as a whole is so healing for me that
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't possibly write and it not come from that place.
Mm-hmm.
It just wouldn't have any real authenticity to it. And like, what's the point? It's art. The
Mm,
first and last thing you want it to be is authentic. No.
indeed. Well said. Thank you so much for that question, Gemini. I appreciate it very much. Ladies, I would like to ask if one of you have a poem. Do you guys have a poem ready?
Yeah, I could read something.
Okay. Can start with you, Cherrelle.
Yeah, I have one that's about motherhood actually.
Ooh.
Okay.
We just touched on that before. Just start whenever, yeah?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Do you know how hard it is to heal within the treacle thickness of motherhood? The sticky sweetness of motherhood, the itchy, prickly fever of damages caused by unjust love, the going through the motions and managing to hold it all together, or only just the going through the motions and breaking on the floor of the bathroom while the taps run and full, the going through the motions till bedtime when I can break without their loving little eyes on me, where I can break without having to consider what it means for them if they see. Do you know what it is to heal amongst the mist of motherhood with a heart wide open and filled with love? It's always having someone to hug and cheek to cheek contact when they sense you're not doing so good, and it's dancing to Disney songs every day, reliving my own childhood memories. It's the bright light at the end of the tunnel, the reason to get up and keep on going. This healing, it's for them too, to break the curse of generational wounds. To heal during motherhood isn't the easiest way, but it's better late than never at all. It's best they see me thrive after I fall. In my undoing, I wasn't always able to be exactly what they needed, but in my oneness, I'll be able to show them what it is to be free, true, authenticity. They deserve the very best version of me, and so from now on, that's all I'll be, the highest vision of me. That's it.
That
Ooh.
was lovely. Ooh, thank you. That was beautiful.
It was lovely. I loved it.
Hmm. So there were a couple lines that really stuck out to me. I'm gonna mention them, and then the flow and the rhythm. I love the delivery. I love how you gave that to us for sure. Okay, KMA. Do you have a piece ready?
I do. I do.
Okay.
uh, this is actually a new piece.
Mm. New-ish, 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 new-ish.
It is. It's new. I did it like when I was like one stanza in, and then I released a little snippet because it's gonna be one of the pieces that's coming in my book, soon to
Okay.
be published. Um,
Yes,
indeed.
yes.
So this one is entitled "What Makes Me African."
I love the title.
Right. It surely can't be my hair, with its spiral curls that fall naturally down to my cheeks. My mother cringes at the sight of my once tamed, now untamed hair, urging me on about the straightener that she has at her top drawer at her bedside cupboard. And the more I say I'm fine, the more I see her eyes drawn more to my hair than my face during our conversation. And my mind begins to wander off to the days my ancestors had to use hot curling rods and burnt their scalps with chemicals just to look appealing in the boss's eye, while hate brewed in the madam's heart. Maybe she foresaw my coming. A child neither dark nor pale, but what makes me African? Is it the way I say Sawubona without the English accent, staying true to my
Mm,
forefather's tongue, then twisting it back to our wear what kind to fit into a somewhat colored community, then upgrading to the tone needed to prove my somewhat
mm,
level of intelligence in the workplace? Good day, sir. How may I be of assistance? And while I flip
mm,
through these three tongues, a fourth one awaits me at home. It brings humor to my family with the way I say rugby instead of rugby, or bridge instead of bridge, or fridge instead of fridge. But what makes me African? Is it my street smart mentality, or the way I eat pap and inyama at a shisanyama? Is it my big body, a
mm,
reminder of Sarah Batman enough to have you convinced? Perhaps it's my name, Kimberly, not spelled quite like the place to think of it. My father almost named me Brooke. Or is it my family's legacy of poverty that makes me African enough? Not the malnourished, crusty face smeared across your screen like feces. I'm not the face you felt compelled to donate to out of pity. I'm the
mm.
face of the somewhat rainbow nation in South Africa when the two worlds collided. But when you look at me, do I look African enough to you? Thank you.
Wow. Powerful. What a force of words and power and sound coming from both of you ladies, really from both of those pieces. Wow. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the poems, just to get your take on them. What did you think of KMA's poem, Cherrelle?
Incredible. Yeah,
Mm,
amazing. Yeah, I can definitely relate to it. A lot of what you said, especially like the stuff about the hair and all of that. My daughters are half
mm,
Nigerian and I'm half English and Jamaican and Caribbean. So like they have like, you know, really kind of wild hair and stuff. And I really do try and make an effort not to do that, you know, not to make them feel as if it should be something other than what it is in its natural state. And
mm,
yeah, I definitely hear that coming through. And just that feeling of like being stuck almost between like being too much of one thing to be enough of something else and too much of that to be enough of the other, you know. Yeah.
mm, wow.
And I love the last line as well.
What
Thank
was
you.
that? What was that last
It
line
was,
again?
am I African enough for you?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and such a just a great question to be asking, and to really just turn that question into art the way that you
Yeah.
did. Really, really eye-opening, heavy. I love the subject matter. Um, I've never heard a poem like that. I've heard poems that speak to identity crisis or that sort of journey of figuring out who you are, navigating through the ocean of other people's opinions and things. But from an individual living in South Africa, experiencing the culture and the social constructs there, never heard it before, and you smashed it. I love the wordplay. I love that piece. Like that was such a dope piece. uh, KMA, that was fire. I like the part where you said, and you guys are gonna have to stop me, or else I'm gonna just keep talking. I like the part where you mentioned that, you know, I'm fine, and then it sort of didn't even matter. You know, for you to say that I'm fine, it's like, still okay. Well, no, something is wrong. Like, no, there's something, it needs to be fixed. But, and that's the eyes of whoever's looking.
Yeah, it's
Powerful.
true. There's a lot of controversy behind. There's a lot of things that we grew up with. Like, I know my mom straightened my hair like nobody's business when I was growing up. And now going all natural, I'm like, ooh, so my hair strand is like this. You know, I'm learning about myself. And within my poetry, everything that you hear is real life stories. When I had to visit my mom's house, she just gives me this look like, oh, hair, are you gonna do anything about your hair? Because now it's no longer a thing of, do you want straightener? I'm like, no. And now it's a thing of, are you gonna do anything with your hair? And I'm like, no, it's fine.
So listening to your story, I assume mom is white, and then dad is non-white.
No, both my parents are mixed race.
Oh, okay.
Very fair like me.
Okay.
But my mom is more of the. My mom is very bilingual. But
Okay.
my parents actually are. They speak English, Afrikaans, Zulu, some Swahili.
Okay. Okay.
Like, they speak a lot of languages. But
Got you.
when I'm on a lot of these platforms, international platforms, somebody actually asked me, where are you from? And I'm like, oh, I'm from South Africa. And they're like, Africa? I think I should have probably said no, the one next door. But I didn't. I was just like, yes, South Africa. They're like, can we see outside? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh, we didn't know there were South Africans that look like you. So basically, a lot of my pieces are around to change the narrative, because yes, they are mixed race South Africans. I'm still shocking some people in my own areas when I
really?
areas like Alex and so on and so forth, or in a taxi, and they think they come to this realization that I actually understand what they're saying in Zulu, and then it's like, wow, you understand Zulu? So
wow, it's very fascinating. If you don't mind me asking the same question to you, Cherrelle, you mentioned Caribbean and English. In terms of race, what are the backgrounds of your parents?
So my dad's dad was from Cuba and his mom was Jamaican.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my mom is white English.
Okay.
But my dad was like a first generation Brit in his family.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have family in the UK as well. My eldest brother traveled there, and a lot of people actually do migrate from Jamaica and end up in the UK. Very interesting, very, very fascinating. Your poem, Cherrelle, spoke to me in different ways. You know, being a father, I'm not a mother, but still those nurturing notes in your poem, and again, like the way you deliver it and gave it to us, it really felt tender and loving, and like a warm hug. There was a line in there, you said sticky sweetness. Was that right? Sticky sweetness?
Yeah.
Okay. That stood out to me. The flow, the rhythm, and then just the imagery that you're painting of playing around, just having fun, dancing. You said to like Disney songs or something like that. Yeah, just beautiful.
I think at the time when I wrote that, I just separated with my husband after like 19 years together, and
Wow.
I was going through all this stuff, and I'm still trying to do everything I can and be there for them in the ways that they need me. And
Right.
you know, I don't know, as a parent, I think sometimes you just feel like, oh, I don't, like, you need to be able to heal, but at the same time you want to do it with causing as little damage as possible. And yeah, I think like navigating that is a little bit tricky when you're going through like major life changes and stuff. And at the same time, though, it's like they're the only thing worth going through all of this for, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I can relate. I've had some conversations that were very eye-opening, and I think I've mentioned it on this podcast as well. Just my own like personal relationships that I've had to really fix, mend, and just heal. Because yeah, it is worth it. If for anybody, definitely. I know for me, I want to do it for my young ones, for my children. Sometimes my whole vibe can be thrown off if one of them is upset with me, or you know, if like I raise my voice when I really didn't have to. You know what I mean? I might have been distracted, busy, hungry.
yeah, when you've just had a bad day or whatever, and really they just need your attention and your affection,
Yes.
you know, and you
Yes.
just is not in the mood for it. But you know, yeah, it's
Yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing. It makes me like want to tap into that big heart that we all have inside of us, and just give love and give love and give love. I have a few more questions. I want to actually focus a bit on you, Cherrelle, a little bit. I know we've talked about your children, but is there something else that makes you, or what is, it could be your children, what makes you laugh the most?
Oh, what makes me laugh the most? Gosh, I like honestly the stupidest of things, like the things that nobody else finds funny. I have such an awkward sense of humor, but usually just like one-liners, like
Okay.
you know, yeah. But honestly, yeah, I think usually if I actually find myself hilarious, that's probably I make myself laugh more than I make anyone else laugh, and more than anything else makes me laugh. So, yeah,
That's what's up.
that's me. Yeah, I enjoy laughing at myself. There we go.
Oh, that's what's up. We mentioned earlier that you are a pastry chef, so this might be a silly question, but do you have a sweet tooth, and what for, if you do have one?
My favorite dessert is creme brulee, but I don't have a majorly sweet tooth, and even I try to find balance when I'm creating a dessert, especially a plated dessert. I'm looking more for balance. I don't want anything to be like really sickly sweet or anything.
Nice.
Yeah, not the way I work, but yeah, I love creme brulee, and anything with pastry is always good. You know.
Okay. What are some of your favorite? Do you have any favorite meals to prepare for your children?
Oh, my eldest daughter's favorite is a beef stroganoff.
Okay.
I'm just saying that now. I'm thinking I haven't actually cooked it for her. I might have to treat her.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, I might have to do that actually. Yeah, to be honest, anything that they actually eat is great.
Oh man, with my daughter.
Yeah, I think they're
Today.
their dad's cooking for mine, to be honest. But yeah.
Okay, and how long have you been a pastry chef?
Like 15 years now.
Oh, good while. Okay, yeah, mad skills, I'm sure. Where is your favorite place to write?
Oh, on the bus.
Okay.
On the bus. I don't know why. Maybe it's like the motion, or like the kind of, you just kind of stuck there and you can't control it. Like you can't control how fast it goes, and like you can't get to your destination until you get there. And maybe it just brings a certain piece that like lets it flow easier. But yeah, on the bus seems to be my spot.
Nice. I wrote a few on the bus. Do you have any poems that were transformative for you? And if so, how so?
Oh, I think the first thing that I wrote that was of any real kind of quality, I was about 13, and I'd wrote it. I live in Manchester. My dad lived in London, and I'd gone down for the summer holidays, and we were messing about in his studio, and I'd wrote this poem, and he put it up on his wall, and he kept it there for years, and it made me feel like maybe I was actually good at it.
Oh,
And
that's
it wasn't, if I read it back now, it wasn't like anything. There's nothing, groundbreaking about the actual poem itself, but I think it was more the way it was treated, and the fact other people felt like it was good. So it kind of made me feel a little bit like, okay, maybe I'll do this more.
Yeah, indeed. That's very relatable. I have a similar story. Okay, did you have another poem, Cherrelle, that you can share?
Yeah, I can find something. If you give me a minute. Is there anything
in particular? No, you can really take it any direction you like.
Okay, I'll go with this one. This is quite new. It's called Fire and Water.
Okay.
I'm both fire and water. Sagittarius sun and Scorpio moon, a complete contradiction. I'm fierce and gentle, strong and weak. Sometimes I'm loud, other times meek. I have clarity, but I'm still foggy. Look good even when I feel groggy. I overshare and I'm a private person. I'm happy despite the pain I'm in. I'll give a dirty look when I mean to smile. I don't even know when I do it, never have. I lack tact, but I'm sensitive as fuck. I feel everything full force. It's both a blessing and a curse. I overanalyze myself and I give myself grace. I struggle sometimes with the most simplest things. Other times, I'm in my flow. On top of it all, I've been beautifully ugly. I've been plain ugly. I've given everything, even when I had nothing. I've been kneeling on the gravel in the black of the abyss, knees grazed from the impact, pleading for a sign, begging and crying. And I never lost faith once. I just knew I needed to rest and then I'd be good. I'll get it done. I'm vulnerable and I'm empowered. I care what they think, but I don't care what they think, if you know what I mean. It just intrigues me. My standards are high, but I'm really quite chill. My mind likes the depth and storms of the ocean. Sometimes I drown in shallow waters, barely deep enough to dive in. I'm a good judge of character, but I always see the very best in everyone. But just because I see it doesn't mean that they can. So it means nothing at all, a no vote, if I see the great in you and you don't.
Wow. Lovely. What was the inspiration behind that one?
I had a conversation with somebody in work just about life. We were working like quite a long shift together and we were just chatting throughout the day. And then I was on my way home from work and that was just what kind of fell onto the page.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I feel like we were maybe just kind of like dissecting different character traits and personalities and stuff around. And yeah, that was kind of what came out.
Okay. Again, very relatable. Fire, you said fire and water? The beginning one? A dirty look when I really want to smile. Oh, man. Oh, yep. I could go into that too. Thank you so very much, Cherrelle. Appreciate it. Beautiful, beautiful pieces there. Yes. So I think poems, and that was such a great story of how the poem was treated. And because of how it was treated, it changed what the poem meant to you. Kimberly, I want to know, when it comes to transformative poetry, because I feel on all our journeys, even if it's once, we write a poem that it does something to us. Even if it's a small change, it does something to us that sort of pushes or propels us further into our trajectory of becoming the poets we become. So Did you, KMA, did you experience anything like that with your work?
Yes.
Okay. Can you
um,
tell us a little bit how that went for you?
when I wrote A Colored Girl's Tale, which
Okay.
was the first piece I ever wrote on myself,
Mm-hmm.
direct piece,
Yeah.
with basically a lot of slamming a lot of people for the derogatory terms, a
Okay.
lot of
Mm-hmm.
things in that piece. It
Mm.
it really fueled that persona. KMA, she was birthed from
Okay.
that piece.
Wow.
Um, she was birthed from that piece because after that piece, it was me finding my identity as a writer. And this
Okay.
is something I think I will echo until I leave this earth. Will be it's so important for writers or just people in general to know who they are
Mm-hmm.
and know their identity. Like, this is who I am, this is what I stand for, that is not what I stand
Yes.
for. My character, I strongly believe that your characters should also demand respect. You don't have to ask for
Mm-hmm.
respect, it should just be
Mm-hmm.
there.
Mm,
um and there's a difference between fear and respect. That's conversation
mhm.
for another day. But when it came to A Colored Girl's Tale,
Mm-hmm.
KMA was birthed. KMA was like, oh, okay, so this is who I am. This is what I am. I'm not an Afrikaans speaking. I'm a Zulu speaking colored from South Africa. This is where
Mm-hmm.
from I come from, Zululand. This is who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and from that moment on, it just hasn't been the same.
Okay.
Because I haven't been able to go back to my passive, calm,
Yeah.
relaxed,
Yeah.
Unisa writing. Yes, I have
Mm-hmm.
those really awesome pieces, but
Mm-hmm.
I just can't go back to that watered down version of
Mm-hmm.
who I was after that piece was birthed.
Mm. Powerful story. Very powerful story there. How KMA came to be. It sounds, the word boldness and like courage and bravery and a fearlessness those came to mind as I thought about perhaps what that poem may have entailed or encompassed, that was so transformative for you. But that's just me thinking to myself here. But wow, that's really, really powerful. I know sometimes it could really just be the content, certain things that you've never shared with someone or anyone. So once you put it in the writing, you actually share it. It's like, wow, I was brave enough to do that. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
it changes you. It really changes you. And if you hold on to the newfound strength and power and confidence and all those good things, it's hard to let that go. It's hard to let that go.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That's true. That's true. And I think also as being stereotyped, I like I think I there's nothing somebody can call me right now that I'm going to take offense to.
mhm.
Um,
Mm,
because I've
wow.
probably called myself at that point of my life. I've probably called myself that. Kim, you're a difficult person. So no one can tell me I'm a difficult person because I know, you know. But
Mhm.
when it came to that piece, it was
Mhm.
I'm a walking, living, breathing stereotype. When people see me in South Africa, they think, oh, Khaled, oh, gangsterism, alcoholism, drug
Mm,
abuse.
really?
Um,
Are those the
yeah,
connotations associated with it?
yep, yep.
Oh,
The
wow. I did
same
not know.
way a black man or woman is perceived in the US is more or less how I am perceived here.
Hmm.
So when somebody sees me,
Okay.
they just think I automatically speak Afrikaans and they think I've had kids from the age of, I don't know, and I have a whole lot of kids.
Hmm.
Because of, and I don't blame anyone because that is what they were sold. The same way some now still think Africa is just only poverty from the head down.
Hmm.
um
And that
and I
it's a
think they
country.
fail to, yep, and they fail to remember that we have amazing artists that come out of here. So I don't know where they think
Right.
they're coming up with the music.
Mm.
Maybe in a cave, I don't know. But that's the
Wow.
whole thing is that piece and everything
Hmm.
about that piece
Hmm.
just fueled so much more pieces
Yeah.
like this one that I did, and a whole lot others that actually managed to form a book.
Wow. Okay. So interesting, because now I'm thinking of this metaphor where um, you tapped into something within yourself, and then boom, it's like you struck your own kind of oil, your own richness,
Yep.
through the use of that experience in that poem, and then here you are, just like, flowing ink of beautiful poetry and creativity. That's really, really, really dope. Um, I want to ask you this question about the joys in your life, because clearly you've taken the responsibility of sharing your story. Your story doesn't just happen to be your own. As you're saying, there's stereotypes and things like that about the perception of people that are colored and mixed in South Africa. But when it comes to your joy, when you think about that, what brings you your greatest joy in life now?
Besides my kids, besides poetry, peace.
Mm.
Peace
How?
brings me so much joy.
What's the quickest way for you to get to that peace when you need it?
I'm always soaking myself in peace.
Oh, nice.
I protect my peace at all costs.
Nice.
I think once you find what peace means to you as a person, if peace is sitting at home and not going out and partying all the time, and it brings you peace and it brings you that joy and that satisfaction, hey, I'm all for it. If
Right.
peace is, but it has to be a healthy peace, because there's a difference. It has to be healthy. It has to be something that's edifying to your mind, body, and spirit.
Okay.
For me, peace, I draw my peace from different things, whether it be listening to
Okay.
music, whether it just be looking at my kids playing, listening to their stories. But what had me also pulling away from only finding joy and happiness and peace in my kids and my family is a friend of mine asked me a few years ago, what makes me happy? And I said, my kids. And he says, oh, okay, so if you didn't have your kids, what would make you happy? I'm like, oh, my partner. And like, if your partners are around, what else would make you happy? And I'm like, I don't know. I'd be lost. And he reminded me to go back and say, hey, before you became a mom, before you became someone's partner, before everything else, you were still an individual. And this person, Kimberly Anderson, liked doing certain things. She loved swimming. She loved certain sports, So I had to go back to also what brings me peace. If my kids are not around, what brings me peace? Go swimming by yourself. And I would do it. Go reading a book by yourself. Even if you have no poetry to write.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to lie and say we just flow poetry all day, every day. No, we don't.
True.
We don't. We also have those moments where we just don't want to write or we don't feel like writing, and you have to have other things that you have to soak yourself in. With me, it's also graphics and design and
Okay.
other things that I feed off and listen to classical music or jazz or that's what I feed off. But as I say, once you find peace, for me, you will hold on to that and no one will disturb you out of your peace unless you allow them to. Nobody can
Important thing
disturb
there.
your peace. If you feel like you need to leave a room, leave that room.
Right. Know when to say no, definitely.
Exactly. My peace is very offensive. She's very offensive.
It's worth
because
protecting.
I love that. My peace is very
made me leave
offensive.
rooms.
Me too.
Yeah.
Mine too. I hear you.
Yeah, she's made me leave rooms. She's made me leave
People,
places.
places, things. Yeah.
I know, like people would invite us over and they're like, hey, come over for a bride, we can sit, you guys can sleep over. I'm like, I'm not sleeping over, I want to sleep in my own bed tonight.
I can dig it for sure. Can you talk to us a little bit about how you sort of find that balance when you're not doing poetry and pursuing your other passions there? You created a platform, or a couple platforms now, Turning Pain into Power and I Am Poetry Africa. I think it's amazing, the work that you're doing. I think it's necessary. Can you share with the listeners a little bit about both of those programs?
Turning pain into power is my personal journey. Um, that's what it is. It's just my personal journey.
Okay.
How I've been able to turn my situation around from anxiety and depression, and
Okay.
everything else that came with it, to being the person that I am now. We
Okay.
turning pain into power. You
Mm-hmm.
know, no one magically just heals. No, it takes a
Mm-hmm.
lot of time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
For hashtag I am poetry underscore Africa, that is my third child. uh, um, that is definitely my third child. It was actually birthed through a conversation with a friend of mine, Lorenzo Hendricks, the unapologetic writer,
Okay.
where we were having conversation because he stays out in Bloemfontein here in South Africa, and he's like, Kim, you know, we should be friends. When a couple of years ago, he was like, we should be friends. I like your poetry, you know. And I didn't know what I was doing. He didn't know what he was doing, and we were a part of a collective that didn't really nurture who we were as writers and our styles. They didn't really cater to our particular styles, because I realized that I don't fit into a box. Now I realize that, but then I thought I needed to fit into this certain type of box as to what a poet's
Mm-hmm.
supposed to sound like.
Mm-hmm.
And so once we pulled away from that group and we started being each other's support system and giving each other prompts and like, hey, you
Yeah.
should try changing this word, and you should try
Mm-hmm.
using this,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So
Mm-hmm.
we taught each other how
Mm-hmm.
to do things.
That's lovely. Yeah.
And we had a conversation and we're like, we should just open up a door for other poets, just come jam with us,
Mm.
chill with us, and learn with us, because we're still
Mm-hmm.
learning. So why not invite them to also learn with us, and we help each other. So it was just like this big support group of
Okay.
poets, and now we've grown to quite a nice number of poets from all over Africa. We've got some brothers and
Okay.
sisters out in Kenya, in
Uh-huh.
Malawi, in Uganda, in Ghana, in
Okay.
Tanzania as well. So it's awesome getting to connect with them, because we host sessions as well.
Cool.
Especially
Very cool.
during COVID, we hold these I call them Sunday soulful sessions,
Mm-hmm.
because we can be in there for a good 4 or 5 hours.
Just vibing.
Yeah, just vibing,
That's
you
what's
know.
up.
Even if there's three of us left and we just like, oh, we don't want to leave. You know, it's just
Mm-hmm.
that space that we've created for poets, where they can feel comfortable to come through and share without there being that
Mm-hmm.
stigma of that you're not good enough. Because we knew what
Right.
that was like to ever be
Mm-hmm.
told that we are not good enough.
And
So we never ever want poets to feel that way.
that's so important. I love it that fellow poets, and just people, are out there as well, doing the same thing, trying to open doors and create opportunities, like safe spaces, healthy spaces for us to nurture and grow our art. And as you go about that work, I want to know what it is that you want people to get when they think about your brand.
I want them to think about home. I want them to have that homely
Okay.
feeling, because when you're at home, you get to kick off your shoes, and that's the most comfortable and vulnerable that you are, is when you're in your own space.
Yes.
Um, Nobody knows
Okay.
you better than the people that you live with. This is honest facts. Nobody knows you better than anyone that you live with. And that's the feeling I want people to associate hashtag I'm Poetry Africa with. When you
Okay.
listen, when you're in our space, when you're there, I want you to feel at home.
Gotcha.
Because that's the feeling that we always want to leave people with, is this is
Mm-hmm.
home. This is a safe space. This is a comfortable space.
Mm-hmm. The word family comes to mind. Um, do you have a piece that you can share with us?
Uh, I think this piece kind of echoes what Cherrelle was actually saying
Okay.
with her piece. this, yeah, I released a snippet of this one as well. This piece is not anywhere.
Oh,
Okay,
nice. Where's it?
exclusive.
Yes. This one is entitled When He Said He Wanted All of Me. Small backstory about it. It was actually birth of a conversation when a cousin of mine got into a debate with a lady on Facebook, because she had said all men are dogs, and he was like, "Who hurt you?" And she. I'm to blame for that comment because I asked him to ask her who hurt. So I wrote this piece based on what I think a toxic woman would be like, and the root as well of it all.
Okay.
When he said he wanted all of me, he should have been more specific. Or he could have just been straight up and asked, from a scale of 1 to 1,000, where does your crazy need to stop? You see, so I would know how much of my crazy he could handle. Like, do I literally need to bust the windows out your car, or just walk around the house with a knife in my hand, singing "The Boy Is Mine"? Throw your phone across the room and watch the broken pieces satisfy the psycho in me. When he said he wanted all of me, I don't think he was ready for my mood swings. Like the "leave me alone, but I'm gonna miss you after 5 seconds" kind of mood, or "let me just lay on your chest and then ask you about the chick that greeted you in the grocery store just to hear if your heart skips a beat." When he said he wanted
Mm.
all of me, he failed to see past my flirtatious smile and inviting eyes, my sweet voice and pink lips. He didn't see beyond the scars left from the past, hadn't fully healed yet. And the book of trust issues I stood on every time I had to stand on my tippy toes just to kiss his lips, wondering who had kissed them in the past 24 hours. When he said he wanted all of me, I know he wasn't ready for the days I'd sit in perfect silence. Not mad, but just tired of hearing the sound of my own voice from trying to tell him of how I needed him to love me. Like, love me now, love me good, love me later, but 10 times more than before. When he said he wanted all of me, he failed to realize I had a past before him. So when the whisper started of, "Hey, boy, your girl was a loose woman. Tell me, which version of me would you love more? The one who now seeks for full transparency, or the girl who ran the streets that they once knew me to be? Can you look beyond the stains and still call me beautiful?" When he said he wanted all of me, I'm 100% sure he never saw the old suitcase on his way in, with the big sign saying "daddy issues" and the one behind it saying "baby daddy issues." A matter of fact, you walk right past the sign on the door that said "issue alert." My man, I'm not sure if you're ready for the "all men are dogs," or "he only thinks with his penis" remarks, or because the ones before you only followed the direction of the erection, refusing to use protection, and now you're left with the aftermath of crazy. See, but the truth of the matter is that I've been hurt, and I'm still hurt. I'm sure you saw the blood stains on your way in. I was hurt even before any man looked at me sexually and called me beautiful. You see, my mama didn't scream when daddy was leaving, or when the word on the street said he loves us more than his family. See, I don't think he remembered when he said, "I wanted all of you," it meant till death. But life has taught me that sometimes one parts from you before that, leaving you alive but somewhat dead inside. When he said he wanted all of me, I looked at him and said, "Honey, you ain't ready. You definitely ain't ready, because I haven't buried the skeletons of the ones who hurt me yet." You see, they look at my emotional outburst and say, "She's cute but crazy though," or "You need life insurance when you're messing with someone like her." But all I did was try to stop you, was try to stop them from leaving, or so I had thought in the heat of the moment. When he said he wanted all of me, he needed to fill in the description box as to how much of me he could handle. You see, the reward is not the treasure found between my thighs, but the life that we could build together. So when you say,
Mm.
"I want all of you," ensure that you have read all the terms and conditions that come with falling in love with a heart that's been beaten, broken, and battered, but now classified as crazy. But even crazy could find peace, right? See, truth be told, I never really knew what love was or what love even felt like. I just tripped over my emotions a couple of times. Thank you.
Wow. Oh, wow. That was beautiful. Oh, man. You're welcome. I really love this. Oh, my. That was special. Okay. So, wow, man. That just something like a Facebook conversation can trigger a piece like that. Man, you go, poet.
Yeah, it was an interesting conversation.
It's a very interesting topic. It really is. I like the subject matter. I think that's really important. For sure. Seeing things sometimes on the surface, but you don't know the full backstory of why a person's a certain way, how they got there.
Yeah,
It's
there's
always
always
more
a
to
reason.
it. Yeah. All right. So that was just a thrill. Great just session of poetry, getting to know these guests a little bit deeper. But it is about that time for us to get back into our Poet Trivia game. So you are checking out the Pod Poets Lounge. This podcast is supported by listeners like you. Thank you for helping us grow with your shares and your listens. Want your artists on the show? Your merch right here? Search no further. Everything to right here. Just contact us. Shout out to the Gods Inc. spoken word artist, writer, author, and fellow podcaster. Listen to his show, The Words I Never Said podcast. Shop our original poetic teas on Etsy. Visit our website for the latest. And join us for more fun, art, and community with incredible creatives on the next episode. Now, back to the show. Okay, we are getting into our final round of Poet Trivia for tonight. We have 2 more games. Hopefully, we can get those in. We have Word Fix to play, and we'll start that right now. So, our players are going to create as many words as they can with a restriction how many letters the words can contain. So I have a word actually already, and they just simply have to use the letters in the word to create as many of the fix for this particular one is going to be 5. So I'm going to share the word here for you ladies. The word is unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's spelled UNBELIEVABLE. And you're going to create as many 5-letter words as you can. I'm going to give us a little bit of time to do that. All right. Let's see. You guys are able to see the word right, and you got the rules right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll give you about a minute or so, and just you can write them down, or you can text them in the chat. And after the minute, I'll just ask you to tell me what you got. I think I'm gonna play along. Doesn't mean I'm gonna do good. Okay, I got one. I got 2. Okay, about roughly 30 seconds to go. As many 5-letter words as you can create from the letters in the word unbelievable. Five-letter words. There isn't exactly a ton of them, but you'll get 1 point for each word that you do get. And I think we're there now, so we're coming up on a minute. All right. Drum roll, please. Oh, there it is already. Perfect. Okay, Cherrelle, she got leave, Leabe, level, Level. Yep, believe. Leave is a long one. Okay, it's too many letters, but you did get leave. Yes, and you got level. Label. Yep, got that as well. And the last one has too many characters. Okay, so she got 3.
Oh, sorry, I didn't get it. I didn't realize it had to be 5. I thought it was like at least 5.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm sorry, that's my fault.
It's all
Yeah,
right.
so there's a restriction on the number of letters that the word can have, and that fix is 5 for this one. So you did get 3 points out of that. Nice. And let's see what we got from. Oh, someone in the chat. Okay, somebody in the chat here is giving away points. All right. Thanks, Gemini.
It's fine. Cherrelle can take that one.
Okay. All right. Are you gonna give it to her? Okay. All right, KMA. What words did you get?
Mine were unreal. No. Under.
Under?
Under.
How do you
Never.
under? How do you spell that?
Under. UNDER.
In the word. Oh, but there's no R. There was no R.
You.
Oh, you spell it again? Maybe I didn't hear right.
Under.
UND. You said undone?
Under. Like over and under.
Okay, so UNDER, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, there was no R, so unfortunately you didn't get that one.
Okay. Bolts. Obviously, I didn't get that one.
Okay.
Evan. Does names count of people?
We can weigh it in the Pod Poets court and see what Cherrelle.
Go with it. Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna rock with it.
Yeah, I also wrote leave on my book. Yeah.
Okay, so you got that one as well. Okay, you had leave. What names did you get? Let's see, what names did you go?
I wrote. What did I write here? Ooh, I was writing so fast. Lord help me. I also wrote believe. It's in here.
Okay.
And yeah, I think that's all I managed to scramble down.
Okay. All right. So the idea of this game is to squeeze as many points as you can out of those scrambled words.
Don't laugh. Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
Don't judge me.
Do you guys want to do one more of these?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we need to do it again. Like, so can you do less than the limit?
Yeah. So what?
Or like, does it have to just be like 5 letters?
This one will
it?
be no restriction. I'm just going to.
Okay.
We'll do This game is going to be word generator. So it's just a slightly different game where I'm going to give you a mix of letters as well, and then you just create as many words as you can. It could be any length.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that'll be good. So here we go. Let's start with the first. Oh, there's not a lot of vowels in that one. That might be
Simplify.
Let's go with this group. Okay. So here is your group of mixed up letters. BAONCUW. And I'm going to give you about a minute to just generate as many words as you can. All right. Got it?
Yep.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Let's start. Got about 30 seconds left. Okay. And we are just up on time there. Gave you a few extra seconds because I needed it. And I was playing along. I'm just kidding. If I was a guest, I probably would have been like, hey, a little more time. All right, so I played this one with you guys. And again, hey, look, I should not be playing these games, but it's fun. I don't do so good. All right. Cherrelle, out of the gate, she's letting us know that she has bacon.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the first one I wrote down. Why?
All right, we got bacon, con, okay. Ban, okay. Woo.
As in tongue.
So that's not a real word, is it? Is it? Because W-U. Okay.
Listen, it's a name, isn't it?
Yes, it is a name. It is a name. All right, so we're going with it. All right, so we got woo, one, cab. Oh yes, on, own, good, nab, nice one, and cow. Okay, well done there. 3, 9, 10. Okay. All right.
I'm quite proud of myself for that, honestly.
Okay. All right. Let's tally up these scores for our KMA. Let us know what you got.
Okay, I accept defeat firstly before I even say anything else. I'm not a sore loser.
Not at all.
Yeah. The first word was can, cow was the second one, and then it was bacon.
Okay.
One,
Yes.
ban,
Yes.
and on. That's it.
Oh, okay. That's good. All right. 7 there. Okay.
How Gemini, thank you. Gemini, you could have helped me this whole time and you only dropped it now. Why?
Oh my. He knows he could have helped. He feels bad. I'm sure he does. All right. Okay, ladies, tallying up the scores here, we have 10 points currently for KMA, and we have 6, 9, and 19 points for Cherrelle. So congratulations to Cherrelle. She is the winner for episode number 5. Congratulations. Well done. And a great game.
I'm bowing. Thank you.
Very well played. Both of these ladies deserve a round. Let's give it up as well for KMA. Amazing poet and so much more. Okay. I asked these ladies to help me because we've been creating this group poem all season long to come up with a line to add to the poem. And it seems maybe they didn't all do it. We're going to find out in a second here from Cherrelle. So the idea was collaboration is the theme, and every episode a poet will be adding a line to the poem. So we've managed to get, I think, like 9 or so lines up to this point. And I think I have the line also from KMA that she added to the poem. I'm not sure I have a line yet from Cherrelle, right?
Right, you don't. I completely forgot about this. Okay, let me see if I can just pull some out of thin air, shall I?
Yes, you will. You will have to do that. Put her on the spot. It's happened before.
Okay.
I usually do well.
Would you like to go with your line first,
Yeah.
and then I'll continue from that?
Yes, in fact, let me go ahead and grab that. All right, so I've posted here the previous version. And so KMA, the line that you had in the DM in the group chat is the same one that we're using, right?
Yep.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, Cherrelle, you ready?
Okay. Maybe the impossibilities.
I'm sorry.
You're gonna change it? You want to change it? Oh,
No, I'm not. No, no. Nope. Once I get to start changing anything, everything is gonna
oh
change.
man, I do that with my poems too. I have to stop myself.
Yeah, it's horrible. I'm trying not to do that anymore. I know it drives a friend of mine really crazy. It's like, why did you change that? It sounded fine. Like, no, it didn't. I listened to myself because I have this habit of recording myself, and I listen back to myself and like, no, you should have said this like that, or you should have taken a breath here and not there. And yeah, no.
I'm similar. I'm very similar, especially when I know it's gonna be something that I'll be sharing publicly. Very self-conscious. You hear those
Sorry.
it's the music of creativity right there. That's what that is.
It's in the brain, you know, when the wheels are
Yes,
turning.
that's what imagination on fleek sounds like right now.
That should be a
There we
meme.
go.
That should be a meme.
Oh yeah, it's been a real blast. Just getting everyone's a piece of everyone's soul, if you will. Okay, so we have our line.
I'm not sure how that works, but let's go with that.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go with that. Thank you so much.
Really.
The lines we make together will last forever. Collaborate to elevate, collaborate to congratulate. Spread more love and not hate, and that'll lead our people to heaven's gate. It takes more than two to leave these lines behind. And what's sad is at times people don't think it takes time to shine, but together we will shine. Together we are all divine. We are all God's children in the image of the Most High, shining our light to inspire others to shine brighter. The two pens ignite like gas to a flame, making it burn so much brighter, orchestrated by the hands of Mother Nature, like a symphony, stretching to the shores of unfamiliar territory and removing the impossibilities, moving us closer to oneness, letting their strengths compensate for our weakness. Oh, yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Wonderful. Thank you, ladies, so very much. I appreciate that. And I'd like to get your takes on what piece of advice that you might want to leave with our listeners. Anything you want them to know, how they can get in touch with you as well.
I'm on Instagram. My handle is at a moment in my mind. Underscore between each word, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. I just recently changed it. And yeah, I think that's the best place to find my poetry, really. That's only where I put it at the moment.
Okay. Fantastic.
Thank you. Yes, that's it.
I appreciate it. And KMA, any final thoughts, anything else you'd like to leave our listeners with, and as well as how they can get in touch with you?
The only thing I think I'd leave is ensure that you find your identity in whatever you do.
Mm-hmm.
Not even just writers, but any creatives or non-creatives. It's very imperative. It's very, very, very important for you to know your identity as a person that walks this earth, and everything that you apply yourself to, because once you know who you are, it's going to be very hard for somebody to try and misuse what you carry and your gifts, because we all have gifts. So yeah, that's
well said. Thank you for that.
That's all I'm gonna leave. If you want to find me, I don't really post much of my stuff.
Well, you should be.
But I just post. No, I just post little tastes of
my
certain
palette. Yep.
things. You can, you can check that out on my Facebook page, which is Turning Pain into Power, as well as the Kimberly Anderson page on Facebook, or even my personal Facebook, which is Kimberly Anderson. Also on IG, it's the hashtag I'm Poetry _ Africa. You can find a whole lot of African poets and a lot of nice things that are coming out of Africa on there, especially with 2022. There's a lot that's going to happen, a lot of featured poets that are going to be posted on
Very
there.
exciting. Very exciting.
It is really, really exciting. Turning Pain into Power as well. Turning Pain _ into Power on IG, as well as Kimberly Anderson _ KMA, I think.
Okay. Yes, underscore KMA. I'll share it in the chat as well for you.
Yeah, as well as you can find some of the stuff that I do, mainly behind the scenes when it comes to the Poetry Global Network, where I produce the poetry news, as well as do some graphics on there as well.
Okay.
And yeah, and also if there's any events happening in your area, if there's any workshops that are happening, and any nice things regards to the arts, especially poetry, let me know. We might just feature it on the poetry news.
Nice.
Just gotta drop in, plug me in, let me know, and we can see how we're gonna push that through as well, because we're here to promote all things poetry, all things creativity as well. So yeah, and my book is around the corner. Just finalizing some things, but it's literally around the corner, and it's very exciting. So yeah, that's happening very, very soon.
All right, wonderful, fantastic. A lot of things going on. Congratulations. Wish you much success in all of your endeavors. I love what you are doing for the arts community. Both you ladies as well. It was such a blast having you guys on the show. Had so much fun in the chat. As you can tell, I do want to ask our listeners to go ahead and follow these artists. Thank you once again for all your support. Email thepodpoetslounge@gmail.com for all things, and come and play live next time. Our guests today, Kimberly and Cherrelle, truly blessed up the space. It was a pleasure having you guys on the show, evidenced by the smile on my face. Stay safe, stay positive, and take good care. Peace.